confident women never do when it comes to men. So without further ado, let's just dive right into it. Number one, confident women never chase men. Beyond the fact that confident women understand that they want to be within and stay within that feminine energy that invites instead of the masculine energy that pursues, and understanding that if they play around with that, if they reverse their roles, they will ruin that dating dynamic and essentially put themselves in a position they don't want to be at a position where the man would maybe just sit back at this point and allow her to put in all the effort, allow her to pursue him, allow her to really chase him now. Confident women understand that if they have to come to a point where they feel like they chase a man, if they feel like they need to be pursuing a man, it's only because the man does not want to be caught by her. Confident women understand and take comfort in the fact that there is absolutely nothing that they should be or even could be doing in order to change his mind. If someone does not want to put in the effort, if someone does not want to get to know her, if someone does not want to pursue her, right, as a woman, there is absolutely nothing that she should or could be doing in order to change his mind. Number two, and this one is easier said than done and is as applicable to men as it is to women, but confident women don't just react. Confident women respond. You see, confident women and confident men, right, understand that in order to make the right decisions, in order to make sure that they become the person that they want to be, rather than just get stuck in the person that they are today, that they have to learn to control their own emotions. Learn how to take the time and respond in accordance with the person that you want to be, instead of just allowing your emotions to take over and pressure you or push you to react in a way that might not necessarily align with the person that you were trying to be or accomplishing that goal that you want to accomplish. So to give you a couple of examples of situations like that, so whether you start dating someone new and they're saying and doing all the right things on the first date, they're saying the right things, they're doing the right things, right? They're complimenting you, they're really stroking your ego and making you feel very special on that night, and you feel the chemistry, you feel the conversation flowing, and you want to engage in certain levels of intimacy with them. So whether that's kissing, holding hands, hugging, or maybe even sleeping with that person on the first date, right? A confident woman or a confident person will know that it is their job to control that emotion. So even if what they're seeing is these amazing things from the person, is taking into account and understanding and accepting the fact that you don't really know them yet, and it takes time to get to know someone. If your boundary says that you would like to get to know someone before you engage in certain levels of physical intimacy with them, that you will not negotiate with yourself when it comes to that. That you're not going to make this exception just because they're making you feel really good on that night. You will still uphold your boundaries and you will not engage in that physical intimacy until you feel that you have gotten to know them. The same goes when you're being stimulated by certain not so positive or maybe negative behavior that you might be seeing from the person you're dating. So if, for example, they decide to ghost you, or they decide to break up with you, or they decide to end this relationship without giving you that closure, your confidence comes down to your ability to control that emotion. Yes, you do want to maybe write them a whole essay or tell them off, or maybe even seek revenge, right? If you found out that they may be dating or talking to someone else, right? But that self-control, right, and that confidence comes down to the fact that unless you feel like whatever it is that you're going to do aligns with your main goal. So if your main goal is to build a healthy long-term relationship with someone, revenge is not part of these plans. And although you feel like revenge, or maybe telling them off, or calling them certain names, right, is going to feel right in the short term, you're not going to allow yourself to just simply react based on these emotions, but instead you're going to respond in alignment with the person that you're trying to be, as well as in alignment to achieving that one goal that you have set to achieve, which is build a healthy relationship. So it's completely moving on and controlling these impulses, right? Instead of allowing your emotions to run wild and just reacting. Number three, and again, this one is as applicable to men as it is to women, but confident men and confident women have a full life. They lead a full life. So that means that they have hobbies, they have interests, they have ambitions, they enjoy what they do for a living, they have friends, and they are managing all of these things at the same time. A confident person, right, does not give someone that they recently started dating, especially if they just recently started dating, all of their time. They don't go from single and try to get into a relationship and really share everything with that person, every single waking moment with that person. And that comes to texting, going out on dates, phone calls, all of these things, right? A confident person knows, right, that their ability to keep and engage in healthy relationships with other people really depends on the fact that they also have their alone time, that they also should not compromise on their careers, on their hobbies, on their interests, on all of these things that allow them to lead a full life. Number 4, and we did mention that a little bit in the second point when we talked about responding and not reacting, confident women do not compromise on their boundaries. They will stick up and honor their own boundaries no matter what, regardless of how cute or charming that person that they're dealing with is. Confident people and confident women understand that their boundaries represent their ability to practice self-control and is strongly related to their ability to trust in dating and trust in relationships, because your ability to trust the process of dating entirely depends on your ability to, first of all, trust yourself. And your boundaries are that one test, that one indicator that allows you to practice that self-control. Remember, your boundaries are for you. Your boundaries should be entirely based on the things that are completely 100% within your control, rather than making your boundaries based on the things that are outside of your control. Things that your partner, things that your date should or should not be doing. Your boundaries are for you. They're set around the things that you are doing, you are thinking, and you are saying, rather than the things that they should be or should not be doing or saying. Hopefully that makes sense. Again, a confident woman does not deviate and does not compromise on her boundaries, regardless of how tempting it may be sometimes. And number 5, confident women never play the victim. Confident women, confident people in general, take full accountability for the part that they play in their relationship. They understand and accept the fact that if they keep attracting certain types of people, certain types of relationships, right, certain types of behavior into their lives, that they are the common denominator, right, of all of these relationships. And they really need to take that full accountability for the part that they play in their relationships. Understand that we are the common denominator of all the relationships that we're going to have. So if we keep attracting the same type of behavior, especially if it's that type of behavior or people or relationships that we don't necessarily want to attract, then that just simply means that we need to have a very difficult conversation with ourselves, right? And understand what is it that we are doing or saying consciously and subconsciously that tends to attract that type of behavior or people or relationships. They prefer to look at their past relationships as lessons that they can learn from and adjust their behavior in their next relationships, instead of just blaming other people or things that are outside of their control. All right, hopefully this video was helpful. Let me know in the comments below, which one of these 5 things do you feel like you need to work on the most? Check out this video next because it was recommended to you by YouTube, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.